Hello everybody, Killer Winston here, and today I will be doing What If Deku Was Reborn as a Slime, Part 6. So, in the last part, Deku just found out that there was a dragon in the cave he was in the first time he went to the other world. Now, continuing the story, after Deku befriended the dragon, or Veldora, he would have stretched out his slime to touch the magic barrier. Him asking Sage, "Hey Sage, is there a possibility that I can dissolve this magic barrier in my stomach?" As Sage would say, calculating, "Yes, you can dissolve it, but you only have a 45% chance of doing so." As Deku would say, "Hey Veldora, I think I can help you get out of that magic barrier." You can?" "Yes, I can. This might sound weird, but you have to get in my stomach." "What?" As Veldora would start to laugh. Him asking Deku, Are you serious?" Deku saying, "Yes, I am. You see, I have this unique skill called Predator. It allows me to analyze the things I eat, and maybe dissolve it. So there is a possibility that I can get you out of this magic barrier. And even if I can't dissolve the magic barrier, you would be safe inside my stomach, because time doesn't affect what is in my stomach, so you can stay in there as long as you want." As Veldora would say, "Huh, I trust you. Let's do it then." "Alright, here goes. Wait, before you use your unique skill, let's give each other names." "But I already have a name." "Really? What is it?" "It's called Izuku Midoriya." "Huh, Izuku Midoriya, huh? That name sounds boring. Let's give you a new one, and in return, you will give me one as well." As Deku would think, "But it's my name." Well, being named by a dragon isn't that bad either. So, well, let's do it then. Him thinking, Veldora the Storm Dragon. Storm. Come on, Izuku. Use your nerd mind. Storm. Ah, Tempest. Him saying, "I got one. How about Tempest? Veldora Tempest." As Veldora would say, "Ah, Veldora Tempest. What a good name. I shall give you one as well. From now on, your name shall be Rimuru, and as a proof that we are equal, your last name shall be called Tempest as well. So your full name will be Rimuru Tempest." Now, after Veldora and Deku gave each other names, Deku would have used Predator to eat Veldora, him using his slime to cover Veldora's entire body, including the magic barrier, as Deku would compress himself back into his original size. Him thinking, "Sage, how long is it going to take to dissolve the magic barrier?" With Sage saying, calculating. Calculate complete. "It will take about 1 year or so." As Deku would think, "Okay, that's longer than I thought. Well, I might as well train for a bit." As Sage would say, "New skill acquired, Black Lightning." "Okay, how many skills will I get?" "Well, it looks like I will have to train to control Black Lightning." Now, Deku would have went back to the place where he jumped off the cliff, him using air manipulation to float himself back up, and after that he would have turned back into his human form, and would test out Black Lightning on let's say a giant rock, with Black Lightning completely annihilating it. Deku saying, I have a long way to go. Now, for the next few weeks, let's say 2 weeks, Deku would have been training Black Lightning non-stop, as one day, after he killed a giant lizard and ate it, Sage would have said, "Unique skill Hellfire has been unlocked," with Deku being confused, him saying, "Wait, what?" as he would look at his menu, him realizing that he is level 100 and that he just unlocked his unique skill Hellfire, him saying, "Finally, 15 more levels to go until I can go back to my world," him thinking, "I wonder how is my mom," as we would flash to the My Hero world, with Inko visiting Deku's comatose body, which is in a hospital, her thinking, when is her baby boy going to wake up? Now, back with Deku, he is testing out Black Fire, him launching a wave of black flames towards a giant rock. And unlike Black Lightning, it did not completely obliterate the giant rock. Instead, it is, well, disintegrating it piece by piece. So each time Deku looks at the rock, it is smaller than the last, until there is nothing left, not even ashes, as Deku would ask Sage, "Hey Sage, can I control how fast Black Fire disintegrate things, or even stop it?" "Yes, you can, but," as Deku would interrupt Sage saying, "you need very high control, right?" Sage saying, "Yes," with Deku thinking, "Well, looks like more training it is," with Deku starting to train both Black Lightning and Hellfire. Now, let's say after about like 5 months or even 6, Deku would have mastered Hellfire, him being able to control the rate of how fast Black Fire can disintegrate other things. So basically, he could light a bit of Hellfire, throw it at you, and you can be completely disintegrated in a matter of seconds or even an instant. Or he could blast you with a wave of Hellfire and you would still be alive and wouldn't feel a thing. That is how good he is at his, well, Hellfire. Also, Deku can enchant things with Hellfire. So, for example, he can enchant his sword with Hellfire. The sword will not be disintegrated, but the things that touches the sword will. So basically, it allows the sword to slice through anything like butter. And Black Lightning, let's say it is a bit harder. You see, Deku can control how powerful Black Lightning is, but he can't seem to use it properly. But I mean, he can shoot beams of Black Lightning towards the enemy. He just have a feeling that he didn't master Black Lightning. Now, let's say it has been 1 year since Deku came to the other world. And if you add all the time skips together and found out that it is shorter or longer than 1 year, let's just say the time Deku used on training Black Lightning and Hellfire would be added or removed depending on how much time it is until 1 year. Okay, now that that's out of the way, this is when Deku would be called by Ranga through thought communication. Ranga saying, "Master, we need your help back at the village." "What is it, Ranga?" "The village is being attacked." "What? By who?" "By a flame giant known as Ifrit." "Okay, Ranga, evacuate the village. I'm coming back." As Deku would quickly get out of the cave and use air manipulation to fly his way back to the village. and when he got there, he would see Harry and James fighting two salamanders, as Deku would blast the two salamanders with hellfire, them immediately disintegrating, as Deku would ask, "Harry, James, you guys alright?" As they would say, "Yes, we're fine, but look!" As Deku would look at the direction Harry was pointing, him seeing that Ifrit is holding the chief by his neck and choking him. Deku would have rushed towards Ifrit, him yelling, "Stop!" as he would blast Ifrit with hellfire, as Ifrit would throw the chief right in front of him and creating a magic barrier as well, as the hellfire would go straight through the chief, not harming the chief, and going straight into Ifrit's face, well, into his magic barrier, as Deku would catch the chief and tell Harry and James to take the chief and get away. Harry saying, "How about you?" "I'll be fine, go!" "But go!" As James would say, "Okay, we'll go, but just don't die." With Deku saying, "I'm a slime, how can I die?" As Harry and James would pick up the chief and run back to the rest of the survivors, with Deku turning back to face Ifrit, him looking straight into Ifrit's eye saying, "You will pay for hurting my friends." Him lighting his left arm with hellfire and blasting it straight at Ifrit, with Ifrit jumping out of the way and blasting Deku with his own fire, as Deku would point his right hand towards the incoming fire, him saying, "Cyclone," as a tornado would appear in Deku's hands, him blasting the tornado straight at the incoming blast, as both of the blasts would clash, with Ifrit having the upper hand, him pushing the blast towards Deku. As Deku would dodge out of the way, he would throw a fireball made out of hellfire at Ifrit, with Ifrit dodging the attack and firing his own fireballs at Deku. Now, Deku would have dodged the attacks and enchant his, well, arms with hellfire, him jumping straight at Ifrit and punching him square in the face, sending Ifrit flying back onto the ground, as Deku would try to finish Ifrit, him trying to punch Ifrit square in the face and knock him out. But right before Deku's attack lands, Ifrit would have disappeared, letting Deku's attack hit the ground, leaving Deku confused, him thinking, "What? Where did he go?" while looking around, as Ifrit would appear right behind Deku and punch him square in the face, him flying back. As Deku would look forward, he would see that he is surrounded by, well, multiple Ifrits, them creating a magic circle right below Deku, as the magic circle would release a tower of flame engulfing Deku, with Deku thinking, "Damn it, is this where I die again? How many times do I have to die? Well, if I am dying, it should be any second now. Or any minute now. Wait, Sage, why am I not dying?" As Sage would say, "Well, maybe because you have heat resistance." What? Meaning, any formless fire attacks thrown at you will not affect you at all. What do you mean, formless fire attacks? Some very skilled fire user can shape their fire into weapons or even armor. So if they threw a fire weapon at you, you will still feel the attack. Can you give me an example? I don't understand. Basically, A wave of fire thrown at you will not affect you at all, but any fire that has a form thrown at you, you will still feel the attack, but you won't be burnt. You will just feel the force of the attack. As Deku would say, "Oh, that makes this a lot easier." As Deku would enchant his right arm with hellfire once again. This time he would punch the ground, sending a, shockwave of hellfire around himself, and hitting all of the Ifrits, as it would destroy all the Ifrit clones, and sending the real Ifrit flying back, as Deku would have wrapped Ifrit in steel thread, him saying, "I would have killed you right now, but I got use for you," as Deku would use Predator on Ifrit, him thinking, "Say hi to Veldora for me, would ya?" As he would, eat Ifrit. And after he ate Ifrit, he would have fly up into the air and looked around trying to find the survivors of the village. With Deku finding the survivors and landing right in front of Harry and James, them asking, "Izuku, you're back, where's the monster?" Let's just say the monster is gone forever. What? What do you mean? Anyway, where's the chief? Oh, the chief? He's being treated by the doctor right now. Where? As James would point at a, house, with Deku rushing in to see a lot of people that was in the village wounded, including the chief. As Deku would ask the doctor, "How is he?" The doctor looking down and say, uh, I'm sorry, Izuku. I did my best." With Deku immediately realizing what he meant, him breaking down crying, as the doctor would tell Deku that the chief's last words are to make Deku the new chief of the village. With Deku wiping off his tears, standing up and said, "Yes, chief." Now, after a few hours, the village would have held a funeral for the ones they lost and the loss of their chief. Now, after the funeral, Deku would have went to his room, him finding a box on the table, as he would be confused because he did not left that there. As he walked closer, he would see that there is a paper on the top saying, "To Izuku." Him picking up the piece of paper and reading it. It saying, "To Izuku. Happy 1 year anniversary, Izuku. I hope you liked your stay in this world. Here is a gift for you from the chief." As Deku would open the box to see, let's just say it is a mask. With Deku thinking, "Thank you, chief." With him picking up the mask and saying, "Sage, can you analyze the mask?" As Sage would do that and say, "Analyze complete. This mask has a magic stone, and the magic stone's attribute is to enhance the user's magic, also giving the wearer element resistance." Element resistance? What's that? It means that it gives the wearer magic resistance to the magic attribute they have. Oh, then why can't it just be called magic resistance? Because this applies to skills and unique skills as well. Okay. As Deku would look at his menu to find two more extra skills, which are cloning and shadow step. As Deku would ask Sage what those skills do, with Sage explaining what those skills do. Basically, cloning allows the user to clone himself up to 6 times until each clone would get weaker and weaker, and the first 6 of the clones would be as strong as the original. Furthermore, the clones can appear from any direction, and also they share the same mind as the user. So even if the user did not explain what to do, the clones would already know what to do. Now, the other skill, Shadow Step, allows the user to merge into the shadows. So basically, you can jump into shadows and appear from shadows. And depending on the user's strength, the range can go from very far to very short. Now, this will be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. That would be amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!